Facts. We need to start taking time out to spend time with the ones we love the most. And that's my family. And I like to invite you into the world of me. That's right, Ski. First, there's AJ, the brainiac. And he does it like he do in school, getting it in. Then you got Kamari, the gangster. Yeah, he all about his. And next up, the superstar Poo Poo. She gonna do what she make it do too. But right about now, the only way you can find out what it go down, you gotta check us out right here on Ski in My Crazy World. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Ski. And today, another episode of Ski in My Crazy World. But today we're gonna get more serious. You know, this is gonna be something I feel needs to be done. I see a lot of these brothers who have YouTube channels. And when I say brothers, doesn't mean you have to be a black man. I'm just talking about men entirely who have, you know, YouTube channels, and I see them doing, you know, the pranks, I see them doing the reviews, I see them doing all of the things that you would think people would want to see, but I never see anybody doing anything or giving them too much advice without negativity being involved towards helping these young men live better, become better men. And that's what this is about. I call this a letter to my men. You know, both black, white, regardless of what race, creed, or color you are, this is something that you need to hear. I was talking to my son earlier, and I noticed that he had said some things, and I wanted to get to him and reach out to him, you know, and let him know, okay, look, life is not, you know, this is not worth that. And as I was talking to him, I realized that, you know, there may be a lot of other young men out there who's going through the same situation, whose fathers are not really proactive in their lives, nor are trying to be. So the ones who have taken a chance to become a part of these gentlemen's lives, you need to start being more active. You need to be more present. And I'm not just talking about in a physical presence, but a mental presence also. When they need you, you need to be there for them. You don't know what a person is going through. You know, and some of them are going through some really harsh things. I saw my son say some things that kind of shocked me. But, you know, immediately I reached out to him and we got that situation under wraps. You know, a lot of things that we are doing is, you know, as men, period, both black or whatever creed you are, one thing that we all are enduring is we're trying to bring old things into new situations. You cannot bring old feelings, you cannot bring old problems, you cannot bring old nothing into a new situation because it's going to fail. It's going to fail. Sometimes instead of judging or being judgmental, sometimes you just need to basically think why certain things failed in your life in a general, in a whole. And a lot of reason is because, you know, we live with things that may have happened to us in the past. A lot of hurt and pain may have happened to us in our past, and it enables us to really progress or move forward with our own lives. And when we get into new situations, we begin to judge people by our old things that we went to. We begin to treat people by old situations. We begin to watch out for people from old hurt. You know, and these things cannot exist in new situations. You have to make a change. Somewhere there has to be a point in time that you have to forget about what happened to you and move forward with your life. I mean, and that's true. And men, you know, you have to be stand up. You have to be more upright. You have to say what's on your mind. Stop bottling up feelings, man. Stop being meek and just being a yes man. That's not what God made you out here for, and that's not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be a yes man. You're supposed to stand upright, be just, live accordingly, and do what's right. And sometimes doing what's right is telling the truth, and sometimes the truth may hurt someone, but it's better to tell a person the truth and hurt them, and they get better than to keep lying to them, and they find out the truth for somebody outside of you, and it's going to hurt them anyway, because they're going to look at you like, you know what, I loved you, and I thought that you were supposed to be the one who have told me the truth. So, taking that into consideration, we have to be better as a whole. Stop saying because you're not kin to someone or that you don't deal with someone that you can't necessarily speak to that person and help them become a better person, because that's far from the truth. If you care And you don't necessarily have to care for the person. If you care about your race, if you care about, equality, if you care about individualism, if you care about anything that's going to better your community, your surroundings, or somebody else's life. See, that's one of the sacrifices I'm beginning to live with. I'm beginning to learn one major sacrifice, and that is to do something for someone other than myself. So whether it's an enemy, or someone who may consider me an enemy, or their children, or someone I've never spoken to, or someone I've never known, if I see a person who's in distress, who just can't figure it out, and I can be of some service, or my wisdom that I obtained in my 48 years of living can be of some service to help them, I'm going to help them. This is what's wrong with the world today. Everybody's so much on this individualism and living individual and not helping anyone and not standing by anyone and not being there for anyone. Everybody's for themselves. And because we have let so many things in this world today divide us as a people, from racism to our own inner problems and inner workings, which family members refuse to even try to talk about it, to get things right. We are divided, and being a divided nation is just not where it's at. It's just like I see all these people, and I'm going to say the truth, all these people going off on President Donald Trump. I got to say it the way it is, because in all actuality, he is the president. No, I don't agree with his ideals and his idealisms, but he is the president. I'm not saying that you have to take what I'm saying and be more respectful and mindful of him, but I'm saying that because this nation is divided, a lot of other nations are looking at this nation as if we are weak. And that's the same thing with the family situation. The family is up under attack, not because the family is not what the family used to be. It's because of the division that's within the family lifestyle. Nobody's talking to each other. Nobody's being with each other. Nobody's hanging with each other. Families are not doing anything together anymore. So therefore, the division is great. And because the division is great, a lot of bad things are happening to a lot of good family people. A lot of bad things. And then it's sad, like I told my wife, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this. My wife asked me why wasn't I going to one of my cousins, God rest her soul, who passed away, funeral. It wasn't that I didn't love my cousin. I felt like I would be, just being phony as all those other folk who at the funerals going there after I hadn't seen my cousin or been around my cousin over 10, 11 years. That doesn't mean I didn't love my cousin. I did love my cousin. But the fact of the matter is, this is what we have to stop doing. We have to stop being fake. We have to stop being fake. I call the people grief mongers. People who play on other folks' griefs and use it to their own good. And it's crazy. I see people doing it all the time on Facebook and stuff, doing this just to get some likes or get a response from people who won't even deal with you on a regular basis. And the sad thing about it is, I see people on Facebook who are friends with people on Facebook who are less than 2-3 miles away and don't even come visit, won't say anything, won't visit, won't come around, won't try to do nothing, won't try to hang out, won't even come to each other and tell a joke. This is reality. And this is why races of all creed and color is failing. White, black, Korean, Chinese. This is why races as a whole are losing, are failing, because so much division within the races. And it's a shame. And then you see a lot of people, the crazy thing about it is, a lot of the people, when they hear this, they immediately jump to, oh, it's just black people. It's not just black people. That's just like saying the only people that's poor in America is black people. That's a lie. That's the biggest misconception there is. You know what I mean? I've seen people whom I went to school with pass away, whom I had a fairly decent relationship with, but I'm not going to get on Facebook and play like we were all that when I knew that we wasn't, because that's being fake. I'm not living to be, supporting over somebody else's grief. That's somebody's family member and they're hurting, and you're saying, oh, that was my girl, when you know you never really even spoke to that person. You could see them. You live 2 and 3 blocks away from them and you wouldn't even visit them. But then you get on Facebook when they pass away, or you get on social media or whatever, or you see family members of theirs and you try to make this big sympathy greeting to them, and you know deep in your heart, why would you do that? I'm trying my best to live real, so therefore I'm going to live my life to the fullest. I'm not going to be pretending I knew people when they pass away. I'm not going to people funerals whom we didn't deal with each other on accordance. My wife get mad at me about that too. She said, well, it's just to pay respect, and I understand that. But let me ask you this. Why would I pay respects to a person when they dead that I didn't pay respects to them when they were alive? And I'm hoping you understand that. I'm hoping that you really understand what I'm saying to you. It's not being nasty. It's not being disrespectful. It's the truth. It's a crying shame. People only decide to pay respect to a person when they die. Why? When that person lived 5 or 10 minutes away from you when they were alive and you did nothing about it. Then go try to see them, then go try to talk to them, then give them a phone call. No, nothing. We have to wake up. America as a whole, the family as a whole, we have to wake up. We have to do whatever it takes to re-strengthen the family bond, to get back to what it used to be. We need to get back to true love. We need to get back to helping one another. It's a crying shame. Family members know about other family members who don't have no food, nowhere to stay, won't even offer them the floor for the night or a hot meal. If you ain't gonna let them stay at your house, at least offer them a hot meal, man. You can afford that. It's crazy. You know, and this is just sad to me. Why have we become the way that we have become? I was talking to my wife before and I said, I remember a time, I'm 48 years old, so I can say that now, but I remember a time when black people helped black people, white people helped white people. There was no division. It didn't care about how much money you had or what you had to give or what you had to bring to the table. People was just glad to just help one another, and that is non-existent right now. Non-existent. I post constantly about my family's blog or whatever, and people won't even subscribe. What is that? To just go like and subscribe? 3 seconds out of your time. Help one another, man. That's all I'm saying. Help one another. We have to get out of this rut of for self. We have to get out this for self mentality, because this world as a whole is bigger than you and I. It's a lot of other people out there, and you have to get out the mentality of that the only way that you can help a person is financially. That's another big myth. You can help people in a lot of ways other than giving them your money. You can help people just by listening. You can help people by giving some good advice. You can help people by being the one that they can depend on, that will give them good conversation when they need it the most. This your boy Ski from Ski in My Crazy World. Facts. We need to start taking time out to spend time with the ones we love the most, and that's my family. And I like to invite you into the world of me. That's right, Ski. First, there's AJ, the brainiac, and he does it like he do in school, getting it in. Then you got Kamari, the gangster. Yeah, he all about his. And next up, the superstar Poo Poo. She gonna do what she make it do too. But right about now, and the only way you can find out what it go down, you gotta check us out right here on Ski in My Crazy World.